The theory of absolute existence and the problem of absolute position. Abstract. This paper introduces absolute existence, a theory positing that space, time, matter, and consciousness are interconnected aspects of a singular, self-aware cosmic entity. Building upon established concepts from general relativity, quantum mechanics, and emergent gravity, absolute existence provides a framework for understanding the universe as a purposeful structure that operates cyclically. At the core of this theory lies absolute position theory, which challenges the conventional scientific assumption of repeatability by acknowledging that the dynamic motion of the universe places each experiment in a unique absolute position. This perspective proposes that forces such as gravity are not merely physical interactions but expressions of a universal drive to consolidate matter. The resulting cosmic cycle, known as the apical pulse, allows the universe to experience self-renewal, mirroring a heartbeat. By integrating consciousness as a fundamental aspect of reality, the theory suggests that life and purpose are intrinsic to the universe. Utilizing mathematical formulations for space-matter density, membranic drag, and latching points, the paper derives a final, unified equation, A=C=1, which signifies the unity of all phenomena. This theory challenges current scientific methodologies and offers a holistic framework with implications for physics, philosophy, and human purpose. Introduction. 1.1 The quest for unity in science and philosophy. The pursuit of a unified theory of existence has driven some of humanity's most significant scientific and philosophical advances. For centuries, scientists and thinkers alike have sought a model capable of explaining the fundamental nature of the universe. Newtonian mechanics, with its straightforward laws of motion and gravitation, established a mechanistic view of the cosmos, providing a framework that endured until the advent of Einstein's general relativity, which revolutionized our understanding of gravity as a curvature of space-time. At the same time, the development of quantum mechanics introduced a radically different perspective, revealing the probabilistic nature of subatomic particles. These two groundbreaking theories, general relativity and quantum mechanics, have profoundly shaped our understanding of the universe. However, despite their successes, they remain fundamentally incompatible, with each addressing only certain aspects of reality. General relativity excels at describing large-scale structures, such as galaxies and black holes, by treating gravity as the curvature of a smooth, continuous space-time fabric. Quantum mechanics provides precise descriptions of interactions at the atomic and subatomic levels, where uncertainty and probabilistic behavior dominate, seemingly defying the deterministic principles of relativity. This division has spurred a search for a theory of everything, a model that reconciles these two perspectives and explains all forces and particles within a single, coherent framework. String theory and loop quantum gravity have emerged as leading contenders, each suggesting solutions that involve higher dimensions or quantized space-time structures. However, neither theory has achieved full empirical validation, and both remain incomplete, particularly with respect to addressing consciousness and purpose. 1.2 The role of consciousness and purpose in understanding reality. Mainstream science has historically focused on observable phenomena, often neglecting questions of consciousness and purpose. Consciousness is generally considered an emergent property of biological complexity, while purpose is viewed as a philosophical rather than scientific inquiry. Yet these two elements lie at the heart of some of humanity's most profound questions. What is the nature of life? How does consciousness arise? Does the universe have an inherent purpose? Conventional approaches to consciousness, such as emergent theories in neuroscience, explain it as the result of complex neural interactions. These models posit that consciousness emerges only when certain biological thresholds are crossed, leaving unanswered questions about the subjective experience of awareness. More speculative theories, such as panpsychism, suggest that consciousness might be a fundamental property of matter itself, present in varying degrees across all forms of existence. This idea, while compelling, lacks a comprehensive framework that connects it to physical principles in a way that can be empirically tested. Absolute existence offers a new perspective, one in which consciousness is not merely a byproduct of complexity but an inherent aspect of the universe's structure. This theory proposes that consciousness exists within all matter, manifesting fully under specific conditions. This redefines consciousness as a universal quality, woven into the fabric of existence alongside space, time, and matter. The concept of purpose is also central to this theory, with forces like gravity reimagined as purposeful expressions of the universe's drive toward unity and cyclical renewal. 1.3 Absolute position theory, redefining experimental repeatability. At the heart of the scientific method is the assumption that experiments can be repeated under identical conditions, allowing for consistent observations and reproducible results. Absolute position theory challenges this notion, positing that no experiment occurs in precisely the same conditions due to the universe's constant motion. The Earth rotates on its axis and orbits the Sun, which itself orbits the Milky Way's center. As our galaxy travels through expanding space, we move along with it, meaning each experiment is conducted in a unique absolute position. This cosmic motion introduces variables that are beyond human control, suggesting that true repeatability is an illusion. While traditional science attempts to minimize these effects through controlled environments, absolute position theory suggests that cosmic factors, such as gravitational waves, radiation, and interstellar matter, influence even the most isolated experiments. By acknowledging these variables, we can approach scientific inquiry with a more holistic view, one that considers the broader cosmic context alongside localized conditions. Absolute position theory emphasizes the importance of context in experimentation, proposing that scientific observations are inherently affected by the dynamic nature of the universe. This has profound implications for fields such as physics, chemistry, and biology, where researchers must consider how cosmic movement might alter their results. Recognizing this limitation calls for new experimental approaches that integrate cosmic positioning and account for the shifting framework in which all matter exists. 1.4 Purpose is a fundamental aspect of cosmic forces. The concept of purpose in the universe has traditionally been relegated to philosophy and theology rather than science. Yet, when we consider forces such as gravity in the context of absolute existence, purpose emerges as a necessary component. Rather than seeing gravity as a mere consequence of mass and space-time curvature, this theory reinterprets it as a purpose-driven phenomenon that reflects the universe's self-organizing tendency. In absolute existence, gravity acts as the universe's way of gathering matter, drawing dispersed particles toward one another in preparation for the cyclical apical pulse. This process mirrors a heartbeat, where expansion and contraction alternate in a cosmic cycle of renewal. The apical pulse represents a periodic cosmic event akin to the Big Bang, in which matter and energy are gathered, dispersed, and then consolidated once again. This process is not a random occurrence but a purposeful event, aligning with the universe's inherent drive toward unity. By incorporating purpose into the understanding of cosmic forces, absolute existence introduces a teleological element that challenges conventional views of entropy. Rather than a slow march toward disorder, this theory proposes that the universe undergoes cyclical reordering, with each apical pulse acting as a reset mechanism that re-establishes cosmic harmony. This perspective suggests that gravity, electromagnetism, and other fundamental forces are not isolated interactions but aspects of a broader purpose that seeks self-renewal. 1.5 The emergence of life and the self-awareness of the universe. Within the framework of absolute existence, life is not seen as an accidental phenomenon but as an inevitable outcome of the universe's structure. When certain combinations of matter and conditions converge, consciousness emerges, embodying the self-awareness of the cosmos. This aligns with the idea that consciousness is present in all matter, and that life emerges naturally as the universe experiences itself through various forms. This theory suggests that life and consciousness are not confined to organic forms. Rather, they reflect a universal property of matter, with life acting as a microcosmic reflection of absolute existence. The emergence of life is thus the universe's way of observing itself, and consciousness is the means by which absolute existence achieves self-awareness. This challenges conventional views that regard life as an exception in a lifeless universe, proposing instead that consciousness is intrinsic to the very fabric of existence. 1.6 Motivation for a new paradigm in science. Absolute existence calls for a paradigm shift that integrates purpose, consciousness, and unity as foundational aspects of reality. By embracing cosmic purpose in the interconnectedness of space, time, matter, and consciousness, this theory challenges science to broaden its scope. It proposes that the universe's forces are intentional, working toward the cyclical renewal of absolute existence. This framework invites interdisciplinary exploration, bridging fields such as physics, neuroscience, philosophy, and environmental science. As humanity seeks to understand its place in the cosmos, absolute existence offers a model that honors the complexity of the universe and its cyclical journey. It opens doors to a new scientific inquiry, one that respects the dynamic interplay between localized conditions and the broader cosmic context. 2. Background and motivation. 2.1 The incomplete picture of conventional physics. Modern physics has revolutionized our understanding of the cosmos through two primary models: general relativity and quantum mechanics. Each of these theories addresses different aspects of the universe, yet neither fully explains the nature of reality when taken in isolation. General relativity, developed by Albert Einstein, describes gravity as the curvature of space-time caused by mass. It offers precise explanations for planetary orbits, black holes, and cosmic expansion, yet it falters at the quantum scale, where gravity's influence is exceedingly weak and cannot be reconciled with the probabilistic behavior of particles. Quantum mechanics deals with interactions at the atomic and subatomic levels, revealing the universe as fundamentally uncertain, with particles existing in states of superposition until observed. This theory explains phenomena like particle-wave duality and entanglement, but its probabilistic nature conflicts with the deterministic framework of relativity. These two models operate in parallel rather than in unison, each presenting a compelling yet fragmented view of the universe. Efforts to bridge this gap have given rise to speculative frameworks like string theory and loop quantum gravity, which attempt to reconcile quantum mechanics and relativity by proposing higher dimensions or quantized space-time structures. However, these theories have yet to provide empirical predictions that can be tested, leaving the quest for a unified theory of everything unfulfilled. The absolute existence theory addresses these limitations by proposing that space, time, matter, and consciousness are not separate entities but interconnected expressions of a singular, purposeful reality. This theory challenges the conventional separation of space-time from matter, presenting a unified model where gravity emerges as a consequence of space-matter density. In doing so, it posits that the universe operates not only with purpose but with an inherent drive toward unity and cyclical renewal. 2.2 Consciousness and purpose as fundamental elements. While consciousness remains a largely unexplored frontier in physics, it has profound implications for our understanding of reality. Traditional scientific models regard consciousness as an emergent property of biological complexity, implying that it arises solely from intricate neural interactions. This view is grounded in materialist assumptions that prioritize observable phenomena and empirical validation. However, it does not adequately explain the subjective experience of awareness, often referred to as the hard problem of consciousness. Emergent theories suggest that consciousness only arises when certain biological thresholds are crossed, while panpsychism and related philosophies propose that consciousness is a fundamental property of all matter. According to these views, even subatomic particles might possess a rudimentary form of awareness. Although these ideas are conceptually intriguing, they lack a robust framework that ties them to physical principles in a manner that can be empirically tested. In absolute existence, consciousness is not a byproduct of biological complexity but an intrinsic quality of the universe itself. This theory proposes that consciousness exists within all matter, manifesting fully only under specific conditions that align with the structure of the universe. Thus, consciousness is seen as a universal quality, as fundamental as space and time, rather than a property exclusive to certain biological forms. Purpose, too, is reimagined within this framework. The cosmic forces we observe, such as gravity, are not random interactions but purposeful expressions of a self-aware universe that seeks to gather matter and energy, preparing for cycles of renewal. This teleological view resonates with ancient philosophical traditions that perceive nature as an organized, goal-oriented system. Absolute existence offers a way to integrate purpose into scientific inquiry, redefining gravity as a cosmic unifier that brings matter together in preparation for the apical pulse, a periodic event akin to the Big Bang, where the universe expands and contracts in a cyclical heartbeat. 2.3 Absolute position theory, a challenge to repeatability. One of the fundamental tenets of the scientific method is that experiments must be repeatable to ensure that observations are consistent and reliable. Absolute position theory challenges this assumption by recognizing that each experiment takes place in a unique position within a constantly moving universe. The Earth rotates on its axis, orbits the Sun, which itself moves around the Milky Way's center, and as our galaxy travels through expanding space, each experiment is conducted in a distinct absolute position. This concept implies that true experimental repeatability is an illusion, as the cosmic environment shifts with each moment. Cosmic influences, such as gravitational waves, cosmic radiation, and interstellar matter, impact every experiment, regardless of the extent to which the environment is controlled. Absolute position theory suggests that observations are inherently contextual, as the position of the Earth, the solar system, and the galaxy all introduce variables that subtly alter experimental outcomes. This theory calls for a revised approach to the scientific method, one that recognizes the limitations of localized control. cosmic factors should be considered alongside traditional variables, acknowledging that every experiment occurs within a dynamic, moving universe. By factoring in these variables, researchers can develop a more holistic framework for scientific inquiry that accounts for the influence of cosmic forces on their findings. Absolute position theory encourages scientists to adopt new methodologies that expand their view beyond immediate conditions, taking into account the cosmic scale on which all matter exists. 2.4 Purpose in cosmic forces and the apical pulse. The concept of purpose has often been seen as outside the realm of scientific inquiry, yet it lies at the heart of many of humanity's deepest questions. The absolute existence theory reinterprets cosmic forces as purpose-driven phenomena, suggesting that the universe operates with an inherent goal of unifying matter and energy in preparation for a cyclical renewal. This cycle, termed the apical pulse, mirrors the contraction and expansion of a heartbeat. In this model, gravity is reimagined not as a mechanical consequence of mass and space-time curvature but as the universe's way of drawing matter together. Gravity is an expression of the universe's self-organizing tendency, acting to consolidate dispersed matter so that it may eventually merge into larger structures. This process of gathering and dispersing matter is not random but purposeful, reflecting the universe's drive toward cyclical renewal. The apical pulse represents a recurring event akin to the Big Bang, in which the universe gathers energy and matter before dispersing it outward once again. This pulse allows the universe to experience periodic self-renewal, maintaining a cycle that aligns with the universe's inherent goal of unity. By introducing this teleological perspective, absolute existence challenges the conventional view of entropy, proposing instead that the universe undergoes cyclical reordering rather than a one-way progression toward disorder. 2.5 The role of life in absolute existence. Within the framework of absolute existence, life is not viewed as an isolated occurrence but as an integral part of the universe's structure. When matter and conditions align, consciousness emerges, allowing the universe to experience itself in myriad forms. This idea aligns with philosophies that view consciousness as intrinsic to all matter, proposing that life is a natural extension of the self-aware cosmos. The emergence of life is seen as the universe's way of observing itself, with each living being acting as a microcosmic reflection of absolute existence. This theory suggests that consciousness is latent within all matter, awaiting the right conditions to manifest fully. Rather than being an accidental outcome, life is a purposeful expression of the universe's drive toward unity, representing the universe's self-awareness. By positioning life as part of a broader cosmic cycle, absolute existence challenges the traditional view that regards life as an exception in an otherwise lifeless universe. Instead, it proposes that consciousness is embedded within the fabric of existence, and that life is an inevitable outcome of the universe's structure. This perspective redefines the nature of existence, positioning humanity as participants in a cosmic journey towards self-awareness and unity. 2.6 A call for a new paradigm. The theory of absolute existence presents a radical shift from conventional scientific frameworks by integrating purpose, consciousness, and unity as foundational aspects of reality. This theory redefines gravity and other forces as intentional processes within a cyclical, self-aware universe. It suggests that the forces we observe are not mere interactions between particles, but manifestations of the universe's drive to gather matter and facilitate cyclical renewal. This model calls for a new interdisciplinary approach to scientific inquiry that embraces both empirical investigation and philosophical reflection. By recognizing consciousness as a fundamental aspect of matter and acknowledging the role of cosmic positioning in experimentation, this theory encourages a shift in scientific methodologies. Future research could benefit from a broader perspective that accounts for the universe's dynamism and interconnectedness. Absolute existence invites scientists, philosophers, and thinkers to reconsider humanity's place within the cosmos. By embracing this paradigm, we can approach scientific exploration with a renewed sense of purpose and unity, striving toward a deeper understanding of the universe and its cyclical journey. This theory opens the door to a new era of scientific inquiry, one that respects the dynamic interplay between localized observations and the cosmic context that shapes all existence. 3. Theoretical framework. 3.1 Defining absolute existence. Absolute existence proposes that space, time, matter, and consciousness are unified components of a self-aware cosmic entity. In this model, the universe functions as a singular, purposeful structure, where all phenomena are interconnected aspects of a cosmic field that permeates everything. This framework redefines the conventional separation between space and matter by positioning them as different states of the same underlying substance. In absolute existence, space serves as the framework within which events unfold. It is not merely an empty vessel but an active participant in the interactions of matter and energy. Time is the dynamic aspect of this field, enabling change, motion, and interaction within space. Matter is conceptualized as a condensed form of space, suggesting that material objects or localized increases in space's density. Consciousness is the inherent awareness within all matter, allowing absolute existence to observe and interact with itself through various forms of life. This unification departs from traditional models by proposing that space and matter are two states of the same cosmic field, rather than separate entities. In doing so, absolute existence encompasses self-awareness as an intrinsic quality of the universe, enabling it to experience cyclical renewal and purposeful evolution. 3.2 Space-matter density, unifying space and matter. The concept of space-matter density, ρ_sm, 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 bridges the gap between space and matter, presenting them as interdependent states. This term quantifies the condensation of space into matter and serves as a foundation for understanding gravity and other forces within the cosmic field. Space-matter density provides a quantitative description of how space condenses into matter, creating localized regions where density is higher. In these areas, the presence of matter influences the curvature of space, producing gravitational effects. Unlike general relativity, which treats gravity as the result of mass-induced curvature, absolute existence suggests that gravity arises directly from variations in space-matter density. The equation for space-matter density is expressed as ρ_sm equals s dot operator tm ρ_sm equals frac s c dot tm ρ_sm equals ms dot operator t, where s represents space, t represents time, and m represents matter. This approach aligns with the idea that space and matter are not independent but codependent states. As space condenses into matter, it creates a localized density that influences surrounding regions, causing space to curve in response to the presence of matter. This formulation provides a continuous field model, where matter's gravitational influence is a direct outcome of the space-matter density gradient around it. 3.3 Membranic drag and latching points, resistance and anchoring within space. As objects move through the cosmic field, they encounter a form of inertial resistance known as membranic drag. This drag is analogous to friction but operates on a cosmic scale, affecting matter as it interacts with space. Membranic drag reflects the inertial properties of space, creating resistance that influences the motion of objects within the field. Membranic drag can be formulated as md equals alpha dot operator partial differential ρ_sm partial differential t dot operator vmd equals alpha c dot frac partial ρ_sm partial t c dot vmd equals alpha dot operator partial differential ρ_sm versus where alpha is a drag constant that quantifies the resistance imposed by space. Partial differential ρ_sm partial differential t frac partial ρ_sm partial differential ρ_sm represents the rate of change in space matter density over time, and VVV is the velocity of the object through space. To illustrate membranic drag, consider the motion of galaxies within galaxy clusters. As galaxies move through the intergalactic medium, they interact with gravitational fields created by other massive bodies, causing distortions that influence their paths. In absolute existence, these distortions result from the drag of space as it resists the movement of matter. By modeling this drag, we can better understand large-scale structures like galactic superclusters, where gravitational dynamics reflect the interaction of massive objects within the cosmic field. Latching points, LP, provide a complementary concept, describing specific locations where space and matter interact, creating anchoring points in the field. These points influence how matter organizes itself within space, giving rise to gravitational and binding forces. The strength of the interaction at each latching point is proportional to the density of absolute existence and the mass involved. Latching points are defined as LP equals gamma dot operator rho a dot operator MLP equals gamma C dot rho underscore a C dot MLP equals gamma dot operator rho AEM, where gamma is a constant describing the interaction strength. Rho a rho underscore a rho AE represents the density of absolute existence, and m is the mass interacting with the cosmic field. To connect this with observable phenomena, consider gravitational lensing, where light from distant stars bends around a massive object, such as a black hole. In absolute existence, this bending occurs because the massive object creates latching points that distort space, guiding light along curved paths. This example highlights how latching points create regions of focused gravitational influence, affecting how matter and energy propagate through the universe. 3.4 Consciousness, the self-awareness of the universe. Consciousness in absolute existence is not confined to biological organisms but is seen as a fundamental aspect of the cosmic field, latent within all matter. Consciousness arises naturally from space-matter density and latching points, allowing the universe to experience itself through various forms. This self-awareness is not a localized phenomenon but a universal quality that permeates all matter, enabling the cosmos to self-organize and evolve. The equation incorporating consciousness is C equals F A equals S dot operator T dot operator M dot operator phi. C equals F A equals S C dot T C dot M C dot Fic equals F A equals S dot operator T dot operator M dot operator phi, where C represents consciousness. AE is absolute existence. S, T, and M are space, time, and matter, respectively. Phi reflects the potential for conscious awareness. In this model, consciousness manifests in degrees rather than as a binary state, allowing for different levels of awareness based on the density and complexity of matter. The universe, therefore, is self-aware on a fundamental level, experiencing itself through living and non-living forms alike. Consciousness is woven into the fabric of existence, making it possible for absolute existence to observe and interact with itself across space and time. 3.5 The apical pulse, a cyclical process of cosmic renewal. The apical pulse describes the universe's cyclical nature, wherein matter gathers and disperses in a rhythm similar to a heartbeat. This process aligns with entropy but suggests a model where cosmic disorder is periodically reset through cycles of consolidation and dispersal. In contrast to the conventional view that entropy leads to a unidirectional heat death, absolute existence proposes that the universe undergoes cyclical reordering. The apical pulse represents a renewal event, where matter and energy condense, accumulate, and then expand outward. This event can be likened to cosmic inhalation and exhalation, where contraction and expansion alternate in a self-sustaining cycle. This process is governed by the same space-matter density principles that produce gravity. When space-matter density reaches a critical threshold, the universe pulses, dispersing matter and energy in a controlled manner. This cyclical nature aligns with the teleological purpose of absolute existence, suggesting that gravity, electromagnetism, and other forces work in tandem to facilitate this cosmic rhythm. 3.6 Final equation, absolute existence is unified reality. The culmination of this theory is the equation AE equals C equals 1 AE equals C equals 1 AE equals C equals 1. This equation symbolizes the indivisibility of space, time, matter, and consciousness, suggesting that all components are expressions of a single field. The equation captures the essence of absolute existence as a unified, self-referential reality, where diversity collapses into oneness. In this view, the universe is both the observer and the observed, with each part acting in concert to achieve cosmic harmony. This unity reflects a universe that is not fragmented but holistically interconnected, with consciousness allowing it to experience its cyclical evolution. Absolute existence thus represents a paradigm shift, where all forces and forms converge to reveal a self-aware cosmos that moves through cycles of expansion and contraction. 4. Mathematical formulation expanded. 4.1 Space-matter density and gravitational effects. The concept of space-matter density, ρ_sm, ρ_sm, represents the condensation of space into matter, leading to gravitational effects. Gravity emerges as an effect of density gradients within this unified field, rather than as a separate force. The space-matter density term is expressed as ρ_sm equals S dot operator Tm, ρ_sm equals frac S C dot Tm, ρ_sm equals ms dot operator T, where S has dimensions of length, T has dimensions of time, M has dimensions of mass. This formulation suggests that mass is inversely proportional to the extent of space and time occupied by a matter field. To incorporate dimensional consistency, we interpret SSS as a space metric, TTT as a temporal factor, and M as a mass-energy term. Gravitational gradient and force expression. To relate this to gravity, we introduce a gradient operator. F equals minus ρ_sm dot operator T, F equals nabla ρ_sm C dot T, F equals minus ρ_sm dot operator T, where nabla ρ_sm nabla ρ_sm nabla ρ_sm indicates the rate of change in space-matter density over space. T is time, adding a temporal factor to the gravitational force. This formulation implies that gravitational force increases with density gradients in ρsm, ρ_sm, ρsm, meaning that objects are naturally drawn toward denser regions. This model allows gravitational force to emerge from the spatial distribution of mass, representing gravity as a curvature response to mass distribution. 4.2 Membranic drag, defining resistance in motion. Membranic drag represents the resistance encountered by objects moving through the cosmic field, analogous to friction. It reflects the interaction strength between matter and space, impeding the motion of mass as it moves through denser regions. The expanded equation for membranic drag is md equals alpha dot operator partial differential rho sm partial differential t dot operator v, md equals alpha c dot frac partial rho underscore sm partial t c dot v, md equals alpha dot operator partial differential rho smv. Where alpha is a constant with units that balance the dimensions, partial differential rho sm partial differential t frac partial rho underscore sm partial differential rho sm is the rate of change in space matter density over time. V is the velocity of the object. In terms of dimensional analysis, partial differential rho sm partial differential t frac partial rho underscore sm partial differential rho sm has dimensions of mass per length cubed per time. V is length per time. md has dimensions of mass per length per time squared, consistent with force. This refined formulation accounts for both the density of the field and the velocity of objects, implying that objects moving quickly through denser regions of the universe experience greater resistance. This provides a mathematical basis for observational phenomena like the drag forces acting on galactic bodies moving through interstellar space. 4.3 Latching points, anchoring mass within space matter density. Latching points represent positions within the cosmic field where matter and space interact and anchor. These points create stable structures within the universe by defining regions where mass can bind within the field. The strength of latching points is given by LP equals gamma dot operator rho a dot operator m, LP equals gamma c dot rho underscore a c dot m, LP equals gamma dot operator rho a m, where gamma has units to balance the equation is dimensionless or consistent with gravitational coupling. Rho underscore a rho ae represents absolute existence density at the latching point, with dimensions of mass per length cubed. M is mass. This equation ensures that latching points are consistent with gravitational interactions in dense regions. For instance, large bodies such as planets or stars are anchored by latching points, allowing for stable orbits and gravitational binding. By refining the role of latching points, we can provide a quantitative explanation for the stability of celestial bodies in dense cosmic regions. 4.4 Quantifying consciousness within space matter density. Consciousness in absolute existence is latent within all matter and is quantified by the space matter density field. Consciousness is proposed to be inversely related to the degree of entropy within a system, signifying the awareness potential within any structure. C equals F A equals S dot operator T dot operator M dot operator phi, C equals F A equals S C dot T C dot M C dot phi, C equals F A equals S dot operator T dot operator M dot operator phi. Where C is consciousness, S, T, and M are space, time, and matter, phi is a constant that normalizes the relationship, representing the potential for consciousness within the cosmic field. This formulation implies that consciousness scales with the space-time density in matter present, meaning that complex structures, e.g., biological life, would have higher consciousness potentials. For consistency, phi could be defined as a dimensionless constant, allowing CCC to act as a self-organizational term. 4.5 Apical pulse, the cyclic energy transfer. The apical pulse reflects the cyclical expansion and contraction of the universe, quantifying the energy transfer across these cycles. When space matter density peaks, it initiates a phase of contraction that leads to dispersal and expansion. Delta E equals E dot operator integral nabla rho sm dot operator dt, delta E equals epsilon c dot int nabla rho underscore sm c dot dt, delta E equals E dot operator integral nabla rho sm dot operator dt, where delta E is energy dispersal, epsilon E is a constant signifying the rate of expansion. Nabla rho sm nabla rho underscore sm nabla rho sm represents space matter density gradients over time. By aligning the apical pulse with space-matter density changes, we acknowledge that cyclical events mirror the entropy fluctuations within dense regions. This model implies that cosmic cycles of order and disorder follow periodic changes in space-matter density. 4.6 Comprehensive equation of absolute existence. Bringing together space, time, matter, and consciousness, the comprehensive equation for absolute existence embodies the unified oneness of all cosmic components. AE equals C equals 1. A equals C equals 1. AE equals C equals 1. In this equation, absolute existence A collapses into a unified self-referential identity, with 1 representing the total unity of space, time, matter, and consciousness. This formulation means that all phenomena are connected through cosmic awareness, reflecting oneness in the universe. 5. Discussion. 5.1 Implications for physics and cosmology. The theory of absolute existence offers a fundamentally different view of the universe by unifying space, time, matter, and consciousness into a single cosmic field. This model suggests that what we traditionally view as forces, such as gravity and electromagnetism, are actually manifestations of density variations within the space-matter field. Here, we will explore several key implications of this approach. Reinterpreting gravity. In general relativity, gravity is the result of space-time curvature caused by mass and energy. Absolute existence proposes that gravity is instead a response to space-matter density gradients. This redefinition suggests that gravitational attraction emerges from the dynamics of space and matter as a single entity. This could provide insights into cosmic phenomena that remain unexplained by traditional models, such as dark matter and dark energy. Membranic drag is a cosmic friction. The concept of membranic drag aligns with the resistance forces we observe in astrophysics, such as the anomalous deceleration of objects moving near massive bodies. Membranic drag introduces a natural limit to velocity within dense regions of the cosmic field. This offers a new interpretation of galactic rotation curves, which currently suggest the presence of unseen mass, dark matter, by explaining that drag forces within high-density regions could produce similar effects on matter as additional gravitational pull. Latching points and structural stability. The introduction of latching points provides a mechanism for the stability of orbits and planetary systems within the cosmic field. By positing these points as anchors for matter, the theory offers an explanation for persistent gravitational binding and self-organizing cosmic structures. This has implications for understanding galactic clusters and stellar formations, as well as suggesting a model for cosmic cycles of consolidation and dispersal. 5.2 Consciousness is an integral cosmic phenomenon. Absolute existence uniquely proposes that consciousness is not emergent, but fundamental. By embedding consciousness into space-matter density and relating it to self-organization, this theory challenges the idea that consciousness is exclusive to biological life. Instead, it suggests that awareness is latent in all matter, with degrees of consciousness varying based on complexity and density. Implications for the study of consciousness. This approach aligns with panpsychism and integrated information theory, which propose that consciousness exists in some form throughout the universe. In absolute existence, consciousness becomes a natural property of the cosmic field, which may be observable at different scales. This offers a potential basis for quantitative studies on consciousness, encouraging research into consciousness as a universal quality rather than a biologically localized phenomenon. Purposeful organization. By tying consciousness to purpose, absolute existence suggests that the self-organizing behavior observed in physical systems, such as the emergence of galaxies, planets, and life, is a reflection of universal awareness. This implies that the universe is not randomly chaotic but exhibits intentional patterns that guide its cyclical evolution. The notion of cosmic purpose aligns with teleological models, but without anthropocentric constraints, situating consciousness as a neutral organizational force. 5.3 Purpose and the cyclical nature of the universe. The theory's concept of the apical pulse proposes that the universe undergoes cyclical processes of consolidation and expansion, driven by peaks in space-matter density. This cyclical view has several implications for cosmology and entropy. Revisiting entropy. Traditional thermodynamics suggests that the universe tends toward a heat death, where entropy reaches a maximum state of disorder. Absolute existence, however, posits that entropy is a reversible, cyclical phenomenon, with periodic apical pulses reordering the universe. This suggests that cosmic cycles continually renew order after phases of dispersal, challenging the notion of a final state of disorder. Cosmic evolution and reorganization. By proposing that the universe operates on cyclical pulses akin to a heartbeat, the theory aligns with models like the oscillatory universe or cyclic cosmology, but adds a self-aware component. It implies that the Big Bang was not a one-time event but an ongoing pulse, part of an infinite sequence of contractions and expansions that renews the universe. This model supports the idea that cosmic order and unity arise from a self-referential process inherent to absolute existence. 5.4 Connections to existing theories and observational evidence. Absolute existence builds upon and diverges from existing scientific models, incorporating elements from general relativity, quantum field theory, and emergent gravity while adding unique insights. Here's how it aligns with and challenges current theories. General relativity. While general relativity describes gravity as the curvature of space-time caused by mass, absolute existence interprets gravity as a response to density gradients in space matter. This offers an alternative approach to understanding gravity wells and gravitational lensing, providing a framework to examine non-local gravitational effects. Quantum mechanics. The theory's emphasis on space as a continuous field resonates with quantum field theory but proposes that matter is simply denser space. This perspective challenges the discrete particle model of quantum mechanics, suggesting that particles are fluctuations within a unified field. It also raises questions about entanglement, proposing that space and matter continuity explains non-local interactions. Emergent gravity and dark matter. Recent models, such as Eric Verlin's theory of emergent gravity, suggest that gravity could be an emergent property related to information entropy. Absolute existence builds upon this by suggesting that gravitational effects emerge from space-matter density, potentially offering an alternative to dark matter. By explaining gravitational effects with density variations rather than invisible mass, the theory provides a testable hypothesis that aligns with observational discrepancies in galactic rotation curves. 5.5 Philosophical and scientific significance. The theory of absolute existence carries profound philosophical implications by suggesting that the universe is self-aware and purpose-driven. This view challenges conventional materialist paradigms that see the universe as mechanistic and random. Absolute existence proposes that consciousness and purpose are embedded within the cosmic field, allowing the universe to experience itself. Reframing science and philosophy. By combining science with teleology, absolute existence challenges the philosophical divide between physicalism and idealism. It suggests that the universe is self-aware and evolves with purposeful direction, bringing science closer to metaphysical concepts while maintaining empirical grounding. Implications for human understanding. If consciousness is indeed a universal property, this theory offers a new lens for understanding human awareness. It implies that humans are not isolated minds but expressions of the universe's intrinsic self-awareness. This could reshape perspectives on individual existence, suggesting that each person's awareness is part of a collective, cosmic consciousness. 5.6 Practical and experimental considerations. Though absolute existence is primarily a theoretical framework, certain aspects lend themselves to empirical investigation. The following are possible pathways for experimental exploration. Exploring membranic drag. To test the concept of membranic drag, researchers could examine velocity-dependent forces in high-density regions of space. Observations of anomalous deceleration near black holes or massive galaxy clusters could provide evidence for this cosmic friction. Investigating consciousness in non-living matter. By examining complex structures such as crystals or plasmas, researchers could look for signs of self-organizing behavior indicative of consciousness. Studies in quantum coherence and information theory could test whether inherent awareness is present in systems previously considered inanimate. Reinterpreting gravitational lensing. If latching points create dense gravitational nodes, it may be possible to map gravitational lensing effects to locate density variations within the cosmic field. Observing deviations in gravitational lensing near galactic clusters may offer a new way to measure space matter density without relying on dark matter assumptions. 6. Conclusion. The theory of absolute existence presents a unified model for space, time, matter, and consciousness as interconnected aspects of a self-aware cosmic field. By redefining gravity as a density response, introducing cosmic drag, and positioning consciousness as fundamental, the theory proposes a new framework for understanding cosmic cycles and self-organization. Through its holistic view, absolute existence challenges both materialism and reductionism, offering a model that aligns scientific inquiry with philosophical insights. This framework redefines entropy, gravity, and awareness, suggesting that the universe is a purpose-driven entity with an innate drive for unity. With the culmination of 1 = 1, the theory captures the oneness of all phenomena, indicating that absolute existence is indivisible and self-referential. 7. Conclusion and future directions. 7.1 Summary of findings. The theory of absolute existence offers a comprehensive framework in which space, time, matter, and consciousness are treated as inseparable aspects of a self-aware cosmic field. This theory presents several key propositions. Space and matter as unified states. Absolute existence posits that matter is condensed space, and space-matter density determines the gravitational effects observed in the universe. Gravity is therefore reinterpreted as an outcome of density gradients rather than as a standalone force. Membranic drag and cosmic friction. The concept of membranic drag suggests that objects moving through dense regions of the cosmic field encounter resistance akin to friction. This resistance is proposed as a possible explanation for anomalous decelerations observed in astrophysical phenomena, such as the rotation curves of galaxies. Latching points as anchors for mass. Latching points provide stability and anchoring for matter, helping to maintain gravitational structures and cosmic order. These points influence celestial mechanics and may account for persistent orbital systems. Consciousness is a fundamental aspect. By embedding consciousness within space-matter density, absolute existence challenges traditional views that treat consciousness as an emergent property. This theory proposes that self-awareness is an intrinsic quality of the universe, present in varying degrees across all forms of matter. Cyclical evolution through the apical pulse. The apical pulse represents a cyclical process in which the universe undergoes phases of consolidation and dispersal. This rhythmic pattern aligns with the notion of cosmic cycles rather than a linear progression toward entropy. Each of these components contributes to a unified model that integrates scientific and philosophical perspectives, suggesting that the universe is a self-aware, purpose-driven entity with a teleological aspect. The ultimate expression of 1=1 signifies that all phenomena are interconnected, revealing absolute existence as a self-referential, indivisible whole. 7.2 Implications for science and philosophy. The theory of absolute existence challenges and expands upon mainstream scientific theories, particularly in its treatment of gravity, consciousness, and cosmic cycles. By reinterpreting gravity as an effect of space-matter density, the theory aligns with concepts from emergent gravity while offering an alternative to dark matter hypotheses. Philosophically, absolute existence bridges materialism and idealism, positioning consciousness as both universal and inherent to the fabric of reality. This perspective reframes the role of teleology in the universe, suggesting that the self-organization of cosmic structures is a purposeful expression of absolute existence's self-awareness. 7.3 Future research directions. The theory of absolute existence opens up new avenues for empirical investigation and theoretical exploration. The following are potential areas of research that could further develop and test the theory. Testing membranic drag in high-density regions. Observations of velocity anomalies near massive celestial bodies could provide evidence for membranic drag. Studying how drag forces influence the movement of galaxies and supermassive black holes may offer insights into the space-matter density field. Exploring consciousness in non-living matter. The proposal that consciousness is present in all matter can be examined through studies of self-organizing systems. Research on quantum coherence and information theory could investigate whether inanimate structures exhibit conscious-like behaviors or adaptive patterns. Examining gravitational lensing and latching points. By mapping the gravitational lensing effects near dense galactic clusters, researchers can test for latching point densities. If gravitational lensing deviates from predictions based on general relativity, this may indicate the presence of space-matter density gradients. Revisiting the role of entropy in cosmology. Absolute existence's cyclical model of the universe encourages further research into cyclic cosmology and oscillatory theories. The theory suggests that entropy and order are periodically reset, challenging the conventional view of linear entropy. This could stimulate new models that incorporate cyclical entropic processes. Mathematical refinement and dimensional analysis. Further mathematical analysis could refine the terms in the equations, ensuring dimensional consistency and exploring how space, time, matter, and consciousness relate under different cosmological scenarios. This would solidify the theory's foundations, potentially leading to predictive equations that can be tested. By following these research directions, scientists can explore the empirical consequences of absolute existence, seeking evidence that supports its novel claims. This approach will allow researchers to determine whether the theory's concepts are compatible with observable phenomena and offer new insights into the nature of the universe. 8. Closing remarks. Absolute existence represents a bold step toward a holistic understanding of reality, one that integrates scientific rigor with philosophical depth. The theory's unification of space, time, matter, and consciousness suggests a universe that is not only mechanically ordered but also self-aware and purposeful. By rethinking gravity, matter, and consciousness as expressions of a unified field, absolute existence provides a framework that aligns cosmological cycles with a self-aware cosmic order. The ultimate equation, 1 equals 1, captures the oneness of all existence, a concept that resonates across scientific, philosophical, and spiritual dimensions. In this model, the universe is a continuous field of self-experiencing reality, where all phenomena are expressions of the same absolute existence. This unified view challenges us to reconsider the nature of consciousness and the purpose of the cosmos, offering a perspective that bridges science and meaning. As we move forward, the theory of absolute existence invites both scientific inquiry and philosophical reflection, encouraging us to explore the depths of reality and our own place within the universal consciousness. 9. Acknowledgements. The author expresses gratitude to the scientific community for its foundational insights into cosmology, quantum mechanics, and philosophy, which have inspired and informed this exploration into absolute existence. Special thanks are given to pioneers in the fields of general relativity, quantum field theory, emergent gravity, and consciousness studies, whose work has laid the groundwork for reimagining the nature of the universe. This theory draws upon both established scientific principles and novel perspectives that seek to integrate meaning and purpose with physical law. Appreciation is extended to those who have engaged in thought experiments, interdisciplinary research, and the philosophical pursuit of truth, contributing to a deeper understanding of the mysteries of existence. 10. References. A selection of seminal works and theoretical papers that provide background for the concepts discussed in this theory, including Einstein, A. 1915. The Field Equations of Gravitation. Sitzungsbericht der Königlich Preußischen Akademie der Wissenschaften. Hawking, S., and Penrose, R. 1970. The Singularities of Gravitational Collapse in Cosmology. Proceedings of the Royal Society of London. Verlinde, E. 2011. On the Origin of Gravity and the Laws of Newton. Journal of High Energy Physics. Bohm, D. 1980. Wholeness in the Implicate Order. Routledge, Smolin, L. 2004. Three Roads to Quantum Gravity. Basic Books. Ravelli, C. 2004. Quantum Gravity. Cambridge University Press. Chalmers, D. J. 1995. Facing Up to the Problem of Consciousness. Journal of Consciousness Studies. Wheeler, J. A. 1990. Information, Physics, Quantum, The Search for Links. In W. H. Zurich ed. Complexity, Entropy, and the Physics of Information. Addison Wesley. 11. Appendices. Appendix A. Derivations of Key Mathematical Concepts. In this section, we provide a step-by-step breakdown of the equations and dimensional consistency checks for the main mathematical concepts used in the theory. 8.1 Space Matter Density Derivation. The space matter density term ρ_sm, ρ_sm is derived from the interaction of space, time, and matter. ρ_sm equals s dot operator tm ρ_sm equals frac s c dot tm ρ_sm equals ms dot operator t. This formulation assumes that space and time are inversely related to matter density, capturing the concept that matter is a localized concentration of space-time. This equation can be expanded to include dimensional checks, confirming that the terms are compatible with mass per unit volume. 8.2 Membranic drag derivation. The membranic drag term describes the resistance encountered as matter moves through space matter density. MD equals alpha dot operator partial differential ρ_sm partial differential t dot operator versus MD equals alpha c dot frac partial ρ_sm partial t c dot versus MD equals alpha dot operator partial differential ρ_smv. Here, alpha is a proportionality constant that balances the temporal rate of change in space matter density with velocity, ensuring that dimensional consistency is maintained with the units of force. 8.3 Latching points and force expression. Latching points define anchoring positions where matter interacts with the cosmic field. LP equals gamma dot operator ρ_a dot operator MLP equals gamma c dot ρ_a c dot MLP equals gamma dot operator ρ_a_em. This equation introduces latching points as fixed nodes within the field where space and matter bind. We further clarify that gravitational effects can be reinterpreted as binding forces within the space-matter field, which influence planetary orbits and stellar organization. Appendix B. Additional considerations for absolute position theory. This appendix further discusses the absolute position theory, addressing the impact of cosmic motion on experimental repeatability. Absolute position theory suggests that due to the universe's constant motion, each experiment occupies a unique absolute position, meaning no experiment can be perfectly repeated without accounting for cosmic drift. B.1 Thought experiment on absolute position. This experiment explores the idea that any movement, even within controlled settings, alters one's absolute position within the universe. By calculating the relative motions of Earth, the solar system, and the galaxy, we can understand how cosmic movement impacts experimental variables. B.2 Dimensional and energetic impacts of cosmic motion. This section expands on the gravitational, electromagnetic, and temporal shifts experienced as one's absolute position changes. By understanding cosmic waves and densities, scientists may develop methods for calibrating experiments to account for unseen influences due to universal positioning. 12. Future implications for scientific exploration. This theory suggests several potential impacts on scientific exploration, encouraging new methods of measuring consciousness, detecting latching points, and testing space matter density. Through these investigations, researchers may further clarify the role of absolute existence in organizing and maintaining cosmic order. Absolute existence could shape future approaches to consciousness studies and experimental physics, inviting interdisciplinary collaborations and philosophical discussions on the nature of reality. 13. Final remarks. The theory of absolute existence challenges conventional understandings, presenting a self-aware universe that combines scientific insight with purpose and meaning. By treating space, time, matter, and consciousness as components of an indivisible whole, this theory proposes a holistic model of reality that transcends traditional physics. In conclusion, the theory affirms that the universe is not merely a mechanistic construct but a self-experiencing, cyclical entity. Through unified oneness, absolute existence provides a framework for understanding the cosmic cycles that define our reality, suggesting a purpose-driven cosmos where oneness is the foundation of all existence. Read next, The Problem of Absolute Position. This concludes the scientific paper on absolute existence. Roswan Miller.